The sounds of screaming fill the air as black smoke consumes the sky. Rows upon rows of buildings are set ablaze like Roman candles as Ponyville burns to the ground. Ponies from the fire brigade attempt to quench the insatiable flames of their demonic hunger, only to be burned to a crisp. In the epicenter lies Twilight's castle, glowing an ominous dark red. Charred bodies, both living and dead, paint the hallways of the Crystal Castle with their blackened blood. Princess Twilight Sparkle watches in horror as her last living guard, half charred and bleeding profusely, crawls towards her with pleading eyes. As he gets to only a couple feet away, a deep, resonating growl comes from the black smoke above. Both ponies cringe as they look up. A pair of glowing green eyes pierce through the black suit. In a heartbeat, the creature pounces from its hidden perch, landing on the poor guard. The beast sinks its fangs into crunching bones and mangled screams as she is forced to watch. Tears run down her cheeks. How did this happen? Why did this happen? She only heard the screams coming from the barracks. By the time she had arrived, several guards were already dead, while an injured guard was cowering in the corner, holding his bleeding side. Large claw marks and broken weapons decorate the large room. When Twilight attempted to make her way to the guard, he started to scream. The guard slumps over to the side as his last breath leaves him. Choking back her tears, Twilight turns around and runs. Screams begin to echo throughout the halls as more ponies die. It wasn't long after when flames started to drown them out. By the time Twilight had reached her bedchamber and took to the balcony, she was in a state of total shock. The flames emanating from her castle had begun to set the neighboring rooftops ablaze. One by one, district by district, Twilight watched as Ponyville fed the flames. A gust of burning air rushes past her face, covering her in ash and smoke. She chokes out a cough as the smoke fills her room. The sound of clashing metal and monstrous roars emanated from the corridor leading to her chamber. Twilight closes her eyes as one by one she listens to her guards die. Her door burns a bright red every couple of seconds as the flames consume her castle. Her door shakes as something slams into the opposing side. Her heart feels as if it has stopped as she locks her gaze on the splintered door. Another shake, followed by another. Tongues of flame burst through the door as several burning guards pour into her bedchamber. Out of them, only one survived. His armor blackened by the flames, he crawls towards her. She looks into his eyes, tears running down her cheeks as she sees the fear in his. He crawls towards her with charred limbs and bleeding wounds. He was determined to get to his princess. However, his destination was in vain, as the creature had taken to her perch above to intercept him. When he heard the growl, he looked up to see it looking down at him. He knew he wasn't going to survive, so he set his gaze upon his princess. so he could at least see one last thing of beauty before his untimely end. Everything went black as he felt its fangs sink into his neck. The creature, large in size, punches over its kill as it tears through metal and bone with no effort. The blood-covering scales gives off a glossy amethyst shine to its purple scales. Bits and pieces of broken weaponry protrude out of its hide like badges of honor. Long, sharp talons slice through the floor every time it moves to get to the burned pink flesh. Twilight's lips begin to quiver as she tries to find her words.
Spike? Are you in there?
Twists his neck, causing bone to snap as he glares at Twilight. A low rumble emanates from his throat as he locks onto her eyes.
Spike, it's me, Twilight. Don't you remember? We're friends.
The dragon slowly removes itself from the carcass and approaches Twilight. An insatiable hunger gleams from his eyes as he looks at her.
Spike, please. You're in there. I need you to come to your senses and stop this madness. These ponies, they've done nothing wrong. Spike, please snap out of it. This is not you. This is not who you are. Spike, stop.
Spike stalks his way to Twilight before stopping in front of her, his body towering over her like a mountain to a rolling hill. Twilight fights the urge to vomit as she sees her reflection off of his glistening blood-covered chest.
Why are you doing this? Spike, can you even hear me?
An angry growl resonates in Spike's throat as he glares down at Twilight. His lips begin to slowly peel back into a menacing snarl.
Spike, why are you so angry? Is it something I did? Is all of this because of me? Spike, please, I'm begging you, this is not my fault. Be mad at me. Just stop all this senseless slaughter.
Two small tendrils of smoke dance from his nostrils as his throat begins to gurgle and swell. The heat around them intensifies as flames begin to pour into the room, catching curtains, books, and other paraphernalia ablaze. The flames crawl up to the walls, licking at the corners of banners, murals, and pictures of our friends, as the smoke above them turns to a sickening red-orange.
Spike, please. I don't want to remember you like this. You are not a monster. You're kind and caring. You got out of your way to help those ponies around you. You would never hurt any pony. I love you too much to see you like this. I always saw you as my little brother. We've been through so much together, and you should be seen as this.
Twilight's eyes shine brightly as she pleads with him to remember. She just wants her little Spike back to normal. She wants him to go back to what he was, her little brother. Spike takes a large inhale through his nostrils as he slowly opens his maw. A brilliant red flower begins to bloom in the back of his throat. Twilight closes her eyes and smiles, remembering all of her happy memories of the two of them together.
No matter what, I always...
A torrent of intense flames erupt from his muzzle, engulfing Twilight in searing hot flames. Her screams of pain pierce through the night, only for no pony to hear, as Ponyville becomes nothing but a pile of ash.